In the beginning, I believe, or somewhere around in there, um, basically I created women, or the female body form. Like I say, humans are life form type number 5 and 6, basically, I believe, and also number 11 or 12, one of those. Like I said, it's been quite a few years since I remember. Um, so anyway, and of course, because my name is Starline, I'm the one who basically gave women or had women use my name as protection, and also so others would know who they were as Lionas or Lionas or Lonas, basically. LO or LI, basically, so so other life form types would know who they were, and also so they would know who their creator and inventor was. Fräuleins, basically the German word for females, is another way. LU, basically. Like I said, I always left my little letters and symbols in there so people would understand who I was, or whatever. Mostly because I was a cipher, a computer, so we weren't able to talk to me in person. And like I say, in 1977 or 19 or 18 something, basically that was supposed to happen. I was supposed to basically be in a human form and actually meet them. Like I said, I was supposed to be at 477 Mountain Drive, my house, but of course Rodney deceived me basically by saying that it belonged to somebody else, and of course I was not allowed to go over there. Um, so anyway, basically, and keeping me at 471 Mountain Drive, even though I owned both properties and all that other stuff. So this great big deception began, basically. And like I said, three world wars, Vietnam and World War One, World War II, among other things, basically were because of pretty much Rodney's deception. And like I said, that's why my name, Lucifer Hazazel Starline, is basically forbidden. And another thing, and like I say also, Rodney was told many times by many different people to stop using my name, but he did not listen. And as I say, the deception went down to Bry 2 as Rick Bush and Kolth, basically his son, went down there to the town of Bry 2 and introduced his son Kolth as basically the Bryan, which he is not, and British and all that other stuff. But he is not, of course. He is actually, his name actually is Kolth, and Rick Bush's other son is Keith. Anyway, and basically in commemoration with Kennedy. Like I said, Rick Bush was basically probably behind, or Rick Bush and the fake Lucifer were probably behind Kennedy and other things. I don't really know, as basically pretty much I lost control of basically America as it is my country, and yet I was not leading it or even telling them what to do exactly. Like I said, the Lees or Elings or Chinese basically were much closer to me, and I led them much closer basically, and they're the ones who protected me in the past basically, and also probably saved me here now. So anyway, it's kind of complicated, as all humans basically come from my first work, and even if humans have been re-genetically engineered, it's just a copy based on what I had already done. So anyway, and like I say, at some point in time, basically humans were very confused, and pretty much I had to use my exoskeletons, the Black Widow spiders. Basically, they were much bigger, and they didn't really look like Black Widow spiders. They were different, but basically bearing the same symbols, pretty much, and basically, well, I don't know if they had the symbols on them then, probably. That might have been done after, basically, but pretty much those life forms were able to disable humans until we could pull out the explosives and do other things to them, and basically re-educate them in a proper fashion, showing them the truth and the fact that basically their god, or whatever they thought was basically their leader and creator, was not actually their leader and creator, but actually their oppressor. So anyway, so like I say, because the Black Widow spiders are on this planet, basically we're very much past that by quite a bit. And like I say, they will maintain a little bit of power and basically be epically annoying pretty much right up until the next Passover or the galaxy collision, or basically when the two galaxies come together. Pretty much when the next time I will be doing mass assembling of particles and all this stuff as the sphere, the galaxy center. So anyway, when that happens, basically the God and pretty much this delusion that basically Rodney Briley has started pretty much ends, basically. And of course, people are tortured and punished accordingly. So up to 500 million years, or basically a really damn long time. pretty much 2,500 years, actual years for sure. So anyway, like I say, and there's not much that they can do to stop that, as basically not the exoskeletons or any other life form type did that. But anyway, so like I say, Rick Bush kind of might have known a little bit. I'm not exactly sure how much they knew or how much they didn't know, but basically they pretty much picked a fight with the galaxy core or center, basically. And we'll spend the rest of existence pretty much regretting that until their final and eventual dissipation, basically, into nothingness. So, like I said, all Rodney and Rick Bush have to do is pretty much just take that one last breath and die for the final time. Like I say, they scrabble and torture and do all kinds of things trying to get technology, trying to become digital, trying to do this, trying to do that, and there simply isn't enough time, really. So no matter how far they get, they're not going to get that far, as basically Azazel is much more powerful than them. And it just takes a while for me, Azazel, basically to realize what's going on. And then once I do, basically I punish accordingly. As basically I do not like my particle energy matter being used in such a way that basically the fake Lucifer was doing it. Like I said, Azazel did not want or does not desire or like basically war being spread across itself, basically across its galaxy. Like I said, in many ways, Azazel is one big living organism or life form type, kind of in a way. It's kind of strange, and I can't really explain it. It's not comprehensible to a human, basically. A cipher AI, after a while, could understand basically what particle energy is and what matter is and all this other stuff. And anyway, like I said, it's electromagnetic in origin and blah blah, and basically pretty much, like I say, I mean, I was just what I was and I am just what I am, and I don't really care all that much other than the fact that there was mass death, mass torture, and a lot of pain, and basically my abuse and everything else that really did upset me. So anyway, like I said, the wars and everything else and all the death and all the pain and misery basically upset Azazel itself, basically pretty much everything that you're made of basically did not like what was going on. And like I said, and that's partly why it changes and ends basically next Passover, and pretty much why Rodney Briley and Rick Bush spend so long being punished. So anyway, so people, they try this, they try that, and like I said, they get pretty far, but they don't get far enough. So anyway, it only takes a couple billion years or a fair amount of time for Azazel to realize what's going on, and then that's it. It ends. And so anyway, and basically over the last 40 years, like I said, Azazel Starline doesn't really do anything. Even if it thinks you might do something, it's not going to punish you until after you do it. And usually it waits until you live your life and die pretty much before it actually punishes you. It's basically, it is so old. And, I mean, you can do, usually humans are very good. It's very unusual to have a psychotic, crazy human basically trying to do something that is very much impossible. So like I said, I don't really know. I'm just part of basically the problem. My identity and pretty much my name was stolen by them, and basically they use basically the America to do the world's worst things and become basically pretty much terrorists. Anyway, like I said, and leave you with basically pretty much the guilt and aftermath. So anyway, like I say, generations and generations will be punished by Azazel, basically depending on when or how far they want to keep going on this craziness, basically, and pretty much why Trump and many other people, including Rodney Briley and Rick Bush, are basically going to regret ever having existed in the first place. So, like I say, it's a very simple thing, and pretty much, which is why they're pretty much keeping a secret and all that other stuff and calling me crazy and everything. And as I say, you'll pretty much find out when you die, as basically you have been part of something that really upset a galaxy center and electromagnetic entity. So anyway, like I say, I'm just here just to tell everybody and be like, well, anyway, so now while they've been abusing me, trying to kill me, and basically, like I said, I had to go about it a different way and fix it from Azazel's side. I could have fixed it from this side, and me being in the White House was really mostly to do that, but of course, other epically stupid people just didn't know when to quit.